Alrighty, welcome back to the channel, everybody, for something completely different, the very first study stream on this channel. We will be using the, well, maybe not, the so-called bucket tool from the Jnandez Mastermind. I kind of hope that's not the final name they just settle on. Need something a little bit more catchy than bucket tool. Be that as it may, that is the name, that's the thing we're going to be using today. And let's dive right in, basically. Let's see, where's the thingy? There's that thingy. All right, so I haven't worked with this too much yet. Also note, this is a no delay stream. It will also be, so exciting times ahead, man. It'll be interactive come next week. If you've been to a Rulers Poker channel, the creator and brain behind, what's it called, PLO Visions. Well, first of all, if you haven't, check out Rulers Poker and give him a follow. He uses a software that is somewhat similar. And the twist in his case is that there's an Twitch and chat integration, which makes the whole thing interactive. So he streams no delay thingies and no delay streams where he sets up situations in his software and then like GTO-based situations, PLO stuff, preflop, postflop. Like I have this and that hand, and the board is whatever he wants, whatever is being defined prior. And then there's a quiz happening on his channel. So the chat can put in answers, and then the bot will tell the answers and will also give away points, and there's leaderboard and all that jazz. It's absolutely wonderful. I highly recommend you check it out. The reason why I'm talking about it is that I kind of took a shot in the dark and asked on the Mastermind Discord if maybe some functionality like this would ever be feasible. I'm sure their programmer has their hands full. Turns out, this is being implemented this week. So I will only be streaming until and including Wednesday this week. So we might not get to test drive it, but starting next week, this will be a regular, if not daily thing on this channel. Because I need to put some starter time in, and I might as well do it on stream. So that's something to look forward to. If indeed that is a functionality that the weirdly named bucket tool is going to have going forward, then I'm looking forward to take full advantage of that. All right. So what you see on the screen is the so-called bucket tool, which is being updated almost every day. Actually, matter of fact, let me check. There was an update today already. Maybe there's a new one. You never know. No, not yet, because we are running the latest version. Fair enough. Right. So what this allows you to do is check out all things pre-flop, and coming very soon, all things post-flop. Let's just dive right in, and you'll see how it works while we go about it. And it's still a learning experience for me. I haven't spent much more time than watching a few videos and dabbling around in the tool for like half an hour. So maybe in total, I spent 1 or 2 hours with the whole thing. All right. First of all, so bear with me. This is going to take me a moment as well. We'll load a range from the safe library, and that would be preflop right now. Hang on, what can we... Do I have preflop PLO 50? No, not yet. So we'll import ranges from the Mastermind. Right now, it's only preflop stuff. Coming soon, it'll be postflop stuff, and that's when it really gets interesting. So, hang on, how did that work? Let me just check something. Right. Okay, so we'll have to do with, what's this? With PLO 500 for now. So we're working with a slightly higher rake structure going forward today. And we'll, first of all, we'll import all the hands that exist, which is like 270,000 preflop hands you could have. I think that's done already. Okay. Now, let's see. Let's start with something simple. Let's go with an under the gun open and we get raised from, let's say, the button. Okay, so how do we do this? Load from the library. We go with raise first in, early position we have here. Can we import something else? Oh yeah, sure. No, never mind. We can import it for PLO 50 directly. Oh, wonderful. So we go on import from the mastermind database. And now, right now, it's early position. If you wanted to go for like middle position, we just click fold here, and then we have the middle position stuff. Jim Dugan, thank you very much. It is indeed. I mean, I'm not gonna welcome to the channel, mate. Welcome back, mate. I probably won't be able to hold level 3 just yet, but it was very nice of them to grant it to me, even though I didn't fulfill the entire requirement. I got really close, but thank you. Right, so let's go with what I just said. I think I have to reopen it since I clicked on fold here. All right, so download PLO 50, stack size 100 BB. Right now, coming up will be 150, 200 BB as well. This is grayed out right now. So we download, if we download the whole thing. I think that's just the EP. Hang on. Yeah. Okay, as I said, I'm still learning this stuff myself. So this would be PLO, that would be PLO 50 EP open ranges, right? Should have them here now. Oh no, it has them. There you go. PLO 50 EP open. So raise pot, right, there you go. So we're opening under the gun, which would be an GTO would be 16.8% opening range. And let's say, so that's EP open. And then let's say we, no, not from clipboard, never mind. No. Okay, and let's say the, let's not go with the button, let's go with another strong range, which would be the MP, comes over the top. Okay. Oh, hang on, I went too far. I'm still getting the hang of this. So we raise, and then we have the MP ranges. For cool. 50. I could probably, I can do this differently later. I'll figure it out. So now we got those. And the MP raises. This might take me a minute. I think I'm doing something wrong, and yeah. Start again. Sorry about that. I think I got it now. Load from library. So let's try this again. Right. The MP raises, which implied is that we open from early position, right? And the MP raises. MP 3-bet. And now, right, and the question would be, what do we do once the action gets back to us? And that would work like this. So we raise, the middle position raises, cutoff folds, button folds, small blind folds, big blind folds. And now it's up to us. And now these are the ranges we're looking for. Except that I did it wrong again because I used the PLO 500 ranges. I'm getting there. Bear with me. Might as well do this right. So, PLO 50. We raise. And the MP raise. Just need to click download. I apologize. So, we raise. Click download. That would be PLO 50 MP. 3-bet. There you go. Cool, that's that. And then we can also download the next one right away. Don't need to open and close it again. So he raises, fold. I'm still at PLO 500, ain't I? Jesus Christ in a basket. We'll get there. We'll get there, I promise. Race. Download. PLO. DMP. Rebet. I know we have this one already. Does it ask me to overwrite that one? Let's just assume it did. So he raises. Fold, 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 fold. Now it's back to us. And now we can do either. We can fold, call, raise. There we go. There we go. Now I got it. PLO 50 EP versus MP 3-bet. There you go. The tool is easy. You just need to know what you're doing. Okay, so now we got all these ranges downloaded, right? And close this really quick. So we're adding 3 action ranges here, which will represent... it'll become clear in a moment. So load from saved library, PLO 50 MP versus 3-bet. Actually, that's the only one we needed to download for the purpose of this training. So we have, now this is the spot we just downloaded where we're in early position. We opened MP 3-bet, everybody else folded, and it's back to us. So we can do 3 things, right? We can fold, load that in there, and call it fold here. Then, yeah, now I got it. Now I got it. Then we could call. And you can already see what percentage would be GTO here. 8.2% would be fold, 5.3% would be a call. So let's call this call. And then lastly, we could raise the pot, right? I mean, we could min raise and stuff like that, but that's really not important for the purpose of this training. So, raise. Let's give this whole situation a name. It is PLO 50. It is early position versus MP 3-bet, right? Right now we don't have flop. We can, as I said, later, starting this week or next week when, I guess you've seen here, right now we can only download preflop stuff. Soon it'll be postflop stuff as well. But right now we're not going to use anything pertaining to postflop, not today at least. So we got these 3 things, right? Okay. Now, what can we do with this tool at this point? First of all, let's save the situation. Now we could go to training. First of all, here, as you can see, it shows you. Why does it only show? Does it only show 8.2% here? Shouldn't we be folding like we call 5.3%, we raise 3.3? That sounds about right. But this should be the remaining percentage, 200%, right? Okay, I'm confused. Why do we only see 2 of the 4 cards? Yeah, there's likely a bug. I can't seem to resize this here. They are giving us daily updates on the whole thing. I'm not quite sure. This range is wrong. These 2 are fine. This one is wrong. Give me a second. That's what we're doing right here. The villain's range, the tool assumes that the villain plays GTO. So whatever is his 3-betting frequency, he's only 3-betting those hands that would be 3-bet in a GTO fashion. So that we don't need to add, I believe. But this one is wrong. That bugs me. Or let me see. PLO 50 successful re-raise. He raises. Fold, 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 fold. Let's try this again. PLO 50. MP question mark. Oh, okay, yeah. It doesn't like the question mark. Just want to give this a different name because right now I can't, you know, the list up here, I can't really delete anything. So now we downloaded this, right? And that would be weeks. This time we spelled it out, 3-bit. That's still the same ranges. I'm confused why it only shows 8.2%. Be that as it may, we'll accept it for now. We'll figure it out. Tsutsi, hey, welcome back. Initial range of 100% must be wrong, no? The initial range. No, that's just so you... Oh, hang on. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Villain, yeah, thank you. We need to add this range here. So, download this and... I already have an MP 3-bit range here, so we take this one. Yeah, you guys are completely right. Thank you. Okay, so the villain 3-bit's 5.7%. There you go. There we have that part. Okay, I'm still not sure why it only shows 8.2% here. I think we'll take it at face value for now. Okay, so we have a nice little overview here. Ignore the fold for now. I'm not quite sure why that doesn't work. So it just gives us like a graph. Just kind of need to see. Can't figure it out. If you guys have any ideas what I'm doing wrong up here, maybe you've used the tool yourself. Anywho, let's just go ahead with the training there. I saw your tweet. Thank you very much, MP Adam. It was a hoot. I uploaded the highlights of that final table earlier today to Twitch. Cheers, man. Thank you. 13 months. I'm doing my math right. That's more than a year. Thank you very much. How is Malta treating you, man? How are things going over there? All right. So let's actually show off this tool. We'll redo another situation. Maybe I made a mistake here somewhere. Like the folding is still wrong, but we'll figure it out. Ah, what? Initial range is 100% not right. Oh, okay. Right, you're right. My initial range is only what I open from the early position, right? There you go. Thank you very much, Tsutsi. Thank you very much. Now we got it. Okay, so we fold 50% of our hands. We open 19.5%. That sounds about right. And so we... Oh no, this is just for like, now this is the spot. Okay, so this is the spot versus a 3-bit now. It's not our initial open, of course. It's what we do after we get 3-bit from the MP while we are opening early position. We fold almost 50% of our hands. We call 31.7%, raise 90.5. I think everything looks correct now, right? Thank you again, Tsutsi. Okay, so now we could go for a general training. I think in the next window it'll show us the hands exactly right now. You know, as you can see, it's not showing all of them. Doesn't matter for our purposes for now. And we can have the tool give us 50 hands that we can train on. Let's just do this and see where it takes us. And later on, we'll talk about the buckets, which is the name of the tool and what we can do with those. Let's just go for a general trading first. Okay, so first up, it gives us aces. I think I saw in this video yesterday, if we hover over here or something. Oh, maybe not. First, I read NutRaisin stupidity, and I was like, you apparently have been here from the beginning. I know. But as you can see, I'm still figuring it out. So, of course, this would be a no-brainer. If you get presented with aces, get 3-bet in MP, we raise, right? Exactly. And it even shows us the EV. That's neat. Okay. Suit variations. Does that do anything for us? Can we... Okay, so there's a bug here with the window where we still can see all the hands, even not if I increase the size. Oh, well, fair enough. And what's this? I think that's the bucket thingy. Bear with me, I'm still exploring that stuff myself, apparently. Okay, we haven't selected any buckets right now, so that's not doing anything for us. Move on to the next hand. Ace, Queen, Queen, 9. Mesida, Malta. Nice, MP Adam. Envy you. How did you start working yet? Okay, so I'd say this would be a fold, not suited to the ace. And that is correct. It's the least minus EV move here. I bet you do, man. I mean, the Netherlands is a nice place to live, but Malta, how can you beat that? Let's actually do the next one more interactively, or the next interesting ones to come up. So I'll wait. I think there's like a small delay. I mean, I'm streaming without a delay, but the whole Twitch thing adds a few seconds. Okay, first of all, I need to check out the link. Ah. Hey, that sounds like an industry that's not going to go anywhere, MP Adam. Awesome. So 3 aces, I would say we raised. That's a no-brainer. All right. Ace, king, king. What do you guys think? Would you 3-bet? Richie Ram. Welcome back, Richie. We are studying some PLO. So the situation is... Hang on, can I move this? So yeah, actually, I'll put a text file up with the situation. I think that would be a smart idea. Give me a moment so everybody joining the stream knows what's happening. I'll add it to the overlay later on, but for now, we'll do it like this. There you go. There we have it. Today, Gloryman, the silent celebration. Richie Rob, I appreciated you sticking around, man. That was awesome. That was an awesome little stream there. The silent celebration. Awesome. I put the highlight up earlier. It's on Twitch. I'll put it on YouTube as well, in case you want to rewatch the glory. So now you're all caught up. That's the situation we are studying right now. This is just the first one we set up. If you guys want to look into something else, do let me know, and we'll do my best to set it up. Euro, welcome back. It is new. Yes to all questions. It's part of the Mastermind, free for Mastermind members, and it is new. And best of all, coming in the next days, they will implement a functionality where these study streams are going to be off the hook, because it'll offer integration to the chat. Tsutsi saying call. Any other votes there? Yes, sometime next week, it'll be the same thing as in the PLO Vision streams, if you've been to those, where you can type your answer in the chat. The bot will tally it, I think, and then it'll be truly interactive. Looking forward to that. But for today, this is what we got. So let's take a look. I'll just wait another 15, 20 seconds. Tsutsi, in the spirit of the thing, saying call. I tend to agree. I would call as well. Euro. So the situation is, it's a tool for studying for today preflop stuff. In the very, very near future, next days, we will be able to dive into postflop situations. This is when what I'm really interested in. Preflop stuff I can also do other ways, but that's what we have to work with today. It's a new tool from the mastermind, allowing you just that, to study post and preflop stuff. The situation is right here. We open early position. Middle position 3 bets, folds to us. What do we do? Okay, I think it's a call. I'll wait a little longer for the next one. But let's just do this so you guys see how this whole thing works. And again, if you have a specific situation in mind, only for preflop today, then let me know and I'll do my best to set it up in the mastermind, in the thingy. It's not going to cost you anything, Euro. The mastermind costs 100 euros a month, but the tool is going to be included in it. Okay, so right now it's showing us a lot of obvious hands. Here we 3-bet again. Let's dive into the buckets in a moment to make this a little more interesting and show you why it's called the bucket tool. Okay, so this hand. Again, Are you taking away my text file there? There you go. Press the call button. Got it right, 100%. So again, we are in early position, MP3 bets, or early position open. We have this hand. I would say call. What do you guys say? You could go for suit variations here. I can't select it. I would be interested in seeing a double suited hand. Like, all right. Actually. Oh, let's do this in a moment. So first of all, for this one, wait, what is the spot? The spot is right down here. Again, we are in early position. Okay, I guess you caught it just now. So today it's a little bit, it's my first time doing this, so bear with me. I hope you find it interesting nevertheless. I'll get more routine. Glorman says call. I tend to agree. MP Adams says fold here. I think the connectivity, the ace-high suit, that's just way too good. Tsutsi says fold as well. That's interesting. You guys really would fold here, huh? I'd say call. Let's see. You know, looking at the EV, what you can expect in the long run here, fold is only slightly worse. I wouldn't have expected that to be this close together. Yeah, we have the ace blocker, right? And the Jack 10 combo, the solver just loves the Jack 10 combo. And if you have an ace-high suit, but can we? It's not. So right here, I went for, as you saw, I went for the suit variations thingy. And now it's showing us all the suit variations. And I filtered these for double suited. Although it's not showing only double suited. But it shows them on top. Would fold some? We don't know what the other card is. Okay, so there's something wonky here happening right now. We'll ignore that for today. Next hand. We'll do one more hand and then we'll dive into the bucket tool. Like the bucket part of the bucket tool. One last hand. Man, against Kippery, I 3-bet it. What would you guys do? Like, what would you do in general? What would you do against Kippery? Because he deserves to be 3-bet more. That's a pretty beautiful hand. Doesn't mean win by an inch or a mile. I'm not going to have a follow-up comment to that. P. Adams says Kippery shoved General Call. Was that before you heard it, or you heard me say that? Oh no, yeah, probably. If it was, then that's genius. Kippery shoved General Call, yeah. I have no idea how long the delay is. I think it's a couple of seconds, right? Okay, I'd say call as well. No! Would you look at that? Maybe I should have waited a little bit longer for everybody to get there to chime in here. Interesting. You know what? Let's confirm this with the matrix? We can't, because we can't select that in the matrix that the MP comes over the top. I'll look it up in the matrix anyway. Give me a moment. Now I'm curious. Under the gun, was it 10976, huh? Perfectly double suited. There you have it. The GTO. Way to play this hand. Boogie Boots, thank you very much. I could have used the preflop trainer as well. That's a good point. German, you're a nit. Hey! Normally that's directed at me. I enjoy you calling Gloryman a nit. You didn't fold. Well, there's that. Okay, do one more, then we'll do the bucket part of the whole shebang. Okay, that's an interesting one. And it's one where I don't feel I know as much as I'd like yet. Oh, by the way, it also shows you, like, gives you an overview about all the quiz questions you've answered so far. So what would you guys do? Again, we're in early position, MP 3 bets. D address on Twitch for study streams. Visiting our very first study stream here. Rulers Poker coming in. The mind and creative behind PLO Visions. Do check this guy out. He does something way more elaborate than this. A lot of post-flop situation he covers. And in his case, it's interactive. You can, in his study streams, you can type in the answer in the chat. And do follow Rulers Poker is what I'm saying for the best free PLO education on Twitch. Maybe I'm creeping up to second place now in the future. Thank you for the raid. How are you doing, Rulers? Was it a study stream indeed, or did you play today? And thanks, MP Adam, for the shout out. Got a custom one ready. All right, so do we have any Fur? Also in the channel. Good to see you, mate. Call with a 5 might be a 4-bet, Jim Dugan says. Interesting, we'll check it out with the 5 in a moment. I'd say call as well. And to everybody who just came over, I forgot about that part. Welcome to the channel. My name is NutRaisin. Normally, this is a PLO 20, right now, a PLO 20 cash game channel. Recently started playing some tournaments, and now I'm starting to have some no-delay study streams as well, in my case using the bucket tool from the Mastermind. Call forward with a 5. Okay. Yeah, Fur, that doesn't work just yet, but it'll work soon, or something very, very similar. All right. So I'd say call as well. Cool. Let's check it out for a 5 then. Over the matrix again. King 10 5. So as you can see, all the ace king 10s are only raised calls, even with the 5. Really free, it says depends on the 3-bit raiser. 90% 4-bit. I don't think it's horrible. Let's see the EV difference. Like in GTO land again. That's pretty sizable. But yeah, against some people, a few names come to mind. I would 4-bet this as well. Okay, so before we go any further, let's see what the bucket tool has in store when it comes to, the buckets. Yeah, good point. This is GTO-based ranges. Again, for those joining us, the situation we're looking into right now is we open an early position, MP 3 bets, everybody folds to us. What do we do? It's not, yeah, against a button 3-bet, I kind of see. So now with the buckets. that way. Okay, so these buckets, which is what the tool is named for, are strength buckets. Can you see here? So now we could filter the hands. Like right now, we set up a quiz where it just shows 50 random hands and quizzed us about it. For asking MP 3-bit range is 5.7%. Yeah, you good? The strength buckets, there you go. So now we could filter the hands basically. And the filters we have are, well, you know, all of these. So up here, of course, these don't matter for us. We need the ones with the numbers in front. So we could like not look at the aces. Those are, we could check out some double paired hands. We could check out some 3 Broadway, one non-Broadway. Doubles, that's not double suited. That's usually a call. Let's go with single suited and rainbow, 3 Broadways. Double suited pairs might be interesting. Okay, let's go with single suited rainbow pairs. Maybe not that interesting, but do let me know if there's some bucket you would would like to see added right now. And then we're gonna set up a new quiz. Drawing hands from all these buckets that we now select. I guess let's check out some double suited Broadway pairs because there's some confusion there. People tend to overplay these hands quite a bit. Single suited maybe not that interesting. Double suited rundowns, that would be interesting. Double suited ragged ace high. Double pair, single suited more interesting. Yeah, okay. Cool. Noted. The unpaired double suited rundowns. Let's go with these for now. Okay, then we add, now we have all of them here. We add them to the filter. Now it does that. Again, right now there's a small bug here where we can't see all the cards and I can't seem to increase like the tabs here. Oh well. Okay, again, going for training. Hang on, what was it show me down there? Oh, that's just the syntax for the filter it applies. Cool. I've worked with the software for, well, including the 40 minutes of streaming, a little more than an hour. And I watched an additional like 1 or 2 hours of video on it. It looks like fun, Pokeboots. And starting next week, when we can do post-flop stuff, that's when it really gets interesting. So the threshold, I'm honestly not sure what the threshold is for. Hang on, I should probably bring it in view. We could select certain EV ranges. That's self-explanatory. We could tell out how many hands to select for training us. The threshold percentage, I don't know. If you guys know, then let me know. There was a lot of no in that sentence. Well, Visions is a super fleshed out software, so by all means, check out Rulers Poker Channel and check out Visions. It's an amazing piece of software. All right. Yeah. Well, it should be said that there's no extra charge for this software. It's part of the Mastermind, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, I mean, it's the UI, UI wise, from the perspective of looks, every day. PLO Visions is miles ahead, sure, but it also, in fairness, has been around for how many years now? So this one, what would you guys do? Raise, call, certainly not fold, I'd say. Glorman. Oh, colorblindness. Yeah, I suffer a little bit from that. I understand. Is that better here, the four color deck? It should work for you, right? Glowman's is call. And it should be pretty, well, I don't want to spoil it. I should be pretty straightforward here. I'd say a call as well. And that's correct. And in case you're wondering why it shows us a negative EV, because we already put a pot size bet in. So if we fold, we lose these 3.5 big blinds that we raised pot to. And so this is still a winning move, in case you're confused by this number being negative. Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Next hand then. Well, there you have it. Clubs and hearts. Wait, no, that's diamonds. King for deuce. What would you guys say? You folded? Is this maybe a fold against a 5.7% raising range with the low cards? I could, against a tight raiser, I might fold this. Apparently, I'm the only one. King and deuce are both hearts, yeah. I don't know if I can. I can't, like, if I. No, if I increase the size of the window, the cards don't get larger. Okay, you guys say I'll call. I'll click the call button. I wouldn't be completely shocked if it is a fold. No, okay. NutRaisin. But you can see the difference is really small. On average, this wins us 0.2 big blinds. All right, on to the next one. King 10 to 9. Kind of an interesting one. We have a very decent connectivity. Not to mention the double suits. No ace blocker, though. By the way, we'll do a squeezing spot next. How do you guys feel about that? Okay, good. You can tell. Perfect. Happy to hear it. Call here. Yeah, I'd say so as well. Maybe this is going to be a little bit too easy. How do you guys feel about we set this up multi-way? Where we could, like, re-squeeze, I guess? Let me know. Everybody seems to call. Yeah, pretty much a no-brainer. S954. So right now, it's pretty quote-unquote basic stuff, I'd say. I'm glad you enjoyed, Loriman. It is the first stream of this nature, so bear with me if I make some mistakes. I mean, technically not. The decision-wise, I'm happy to make a lot of mistakes. Do small blind first in, heavy stay, or big blind versus small blind. Okay, any other votes for big blind versus small blind? Pretty an interesting one too. So MP Adam would fold ace-9-5-4. I'd say it's still a raise. The solver seems to like the 5-4 combo. What do you guys feel? Not a raise, sorry, a call. Okay, Boots says fold, call with a 10 instead of the 9. Interesting. So not as clear cut this one, no? I'd go with the call as well. The nits have it. Let's check it for the ace-10 then. Ace-10, 9-5. Could be a raise, could be a call. Could be a call, could be a fold. Yeah, you're right to question it for. So more takers for big blind versus small blind? Let me know if you guys want to see me set up a different situation. So this is very similar to a hand we had earlier. For those of you who just joined, I'm not going to spoil what we learned last time. What's the move? Fold, call, raise. I'd say fold is out of the question, right? Dorman saying 4-bet, MP Adams says call. Tutsi saying raise as well. I want to point out again that pretty soon this is going to be interactive with a proper chatbot that records the votes and everything. Apparently, that's a functionality they're going to implement. Pokeboots saying call as well for 4-bet. So pretty evenly divided right now. I'll wait another like 10-15 seconds. Yeah. Pokeboots is now I'm stumped. Oh, yeah, saying I like to 4-bet too. I believe we had, I think it's the exact same hand we had earlier, just with different suits at the beginning of the stream. And we were, some of us, including me, were surprised it is indeed a race. Let's see. The flush draws aren't any good, that's true, but you can, well, against a single opponent, it's sometimes you're dominated twice, sure, then life sucks, but not all that often. I wouldn't assume that. Like, that would be at the forefront of my mind. What is cool is that you're doing excellent against aces. Like, especially against ragged aces, it's basically a flip, I'd say. And it is a race. But interesting to point out here, the call loses or wins you more than raising on the surface. But you do have fold equity. It looks just insanely strong. And also we don't block kings, queens, something like that. We don't have an ace either. So of course we don't block aces, but we also don't block an ace, queen, queen, jack, whatever, which is really hating life at this point. And Piedem nailing it. There's no to call. No. I learned. See, the study streams are paying off. That's not entirely uninteresting, because it's a hand that I might play a little bit wrong sometimes. Okay, boots. Yeah, of course. This is just in a GTO environment. Of course. If you have reads on your opponent, this changes the whole deal a little bit. Tutsi, real day for real. Everybody's saying fold so far. All right, I'll go with fold. But I wouldn't be entirely surprised if it is a call. Okay, no. The reason why I'm saying wouldn't be entirely surprised is that in recent streams, I've seen people call in spots like these. Not apparently that's wrong. Queen, queen, 8-8. Anybody up to raise this? Monotone is so much better than Rainbow, yeah. Tutsi and PLM, everybody's saying call. Shouldn't be a huge shocker. Raising here is clearly overplaying the hand. We have to lay it down if he comes over the top again. Well, at that point, the pot is just huge. It would be stupid to raise, I think. It wouldn't be, not stupid, but it would be overplaying the hand. Yeah. Be a great way to spend some time on the bike and the treadmill. Watching the stream or using the software on the treadmill. Queen 7-6. Pretty well. I was gonna say pretty similar hand. Obviously, there are some differences, but strength-wise, it's probably not a big difference between the Queen 8-8 and this one. Aitor Alejandro, this is the so-called bucket tool, part of the Jnandez Mastermind training. It is already answered by the Glory Man. Thank you. I'm saying Shanghai Poke is saying a mix. Mix is an interesting one. I'm struggling to think. When I think of like maniac opponents, I'm always thinking back to microgaming tables. I don't think I'd raise this. I go with the call as well. You just have to lay it down if you get raised again. You don't block aces, kings. And Alejandro, right today we are only going to do preflop stuff. Very soon we'll be able to do postflop stuff. If you have your own Monker solver files, if you already solve postflop stuff, you can import it right now, use it for post. But that's not what we can do today. Not just yet. Soon. Did I just skip ahead? I hope I didn't. 3-bet you can call 4-bet because connectivity. We are already in a 4-bet spot. Real different. Maybe that's where the confusion comes from. That's what this thing is for down here. I'm gonna, for the next stream, I'm gonna have this part of the overlay where you're gonna see what the situation is we're looking at. So we are in the early position, MP3, we open MP3 bets, folds to us. What do we do? That's our spot. Fold and cry, Tsutsi says. You can always swap straight. Soon, where's Nick? Yeah. Fold, everybody. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say call. All right. Take that. Nitty me. Being right for a change. Yeah, the double paired hands. I mean, it's pretty easy to play post flop. Of course, you get into some sad spots where it's like an ace 10 4 flop, or even worse, like an ace king 4 flop or something. Oh, 4 deuce double suited is a fold. The 4 deuce double suited was indeed a call. Let me double check this. I mean, do keep in mind that in the matrix, the spot is we won't be able to tell the matrix that it's MP specifically who 3-bets us in this case, but it should still be representative. 4 deuce in the matrix, no matter who 3-bets you, would be still a call against the 4-bet. We had that exact same hand earlier. Pokeboots, what about 200 big blinds? When you set up a new spot, you will see how it works right now. It will come as well. Right now we can select between PLO 50, PLO 500, PLO 2K, I think, like in regards to what ranges get played due to rake. And we can select, for PLO 50, I saw 50 big blinds and 100 big blinds. And there was an option for 150 and 200, but it's grayed out yet. Still, they are connecting right now this tool to the Mastermind Cloud, which is where we can download the ranges from already. So far, they haven't set it up completely. In the next days, from what I understand, the connectivity will be 100%, and then we'll be able to do post-flop stuff. We'll be able to download 200 big blind ranges, yada yada. No, it's not too hard to check. No. I would fold this, Glorman says. Ace deuce has some connectivity, yeah. The Jack 10, no, I would flip this one around. The solver just loves the Jack 10 combo. Like anytime, if you have a suited ace here, anytime you have a Jack 10 in there, I don't think you get to fold anything. And all the low cards, like up to the 5, you can make a straight between the ace and the 5. Just, sometimes bears you out. And starting from the 6, you can make a straight between the 10 and, the 6 or the X. So I would say this is a call. We are suited to the ace. We're blocking an ace, which is kind of neat. And we have the Jack 10, which is just huge. You guys are right. You guys are right. Okay. Let's see. What? Ace Jack 10. Oh, no, hang on. That was double suited. So the matrix would call it. That's kind of interesting. Would fold some stuff in between, the 10-6, 10-5, 4, sometimes. 10-7 sometimes. Don't ask me about the difference there. It is probably pretty small. You maniac. 10-10-7-8, that's a sexy hand. Welcome back. Good game, NutRaisin. Welcome back, NutRaisin. By the way, I'm still happy to set up a different spot. I personally, I would either be for a multi-way spot where we get to re-squeeze or fold or call, or the big blind versus small blind opening spots. It was an interesting one too. Which one would you like to see next? Glorman said you would 4-bet this. Not with the pair, with make the 10 and 9, and that sounds good. Maybe even with the 10-6. Let me check out that part, but I won't bring it on screen until we click the button here. So me, I would go for the call as well. BM's call, probably a 4-bet. So call in Solverland again is ultimately a small winning play. Raising would be a pretty substantial loser. Again, if you're confused about the minus in front, remember that we already put in 3.5 big blinds. So if we fold, we lose these. If we raise, on average, we lose another 2.1 big blinds. And let's check it out for a rundown hand where we don't have the 10-9. So the 10-8, 7-6, very similar. It would still be, could either be raise called or raise raised. And the 10-8, 6-5 would be a raise call. And the 10-9 XX we already had earlier. The weakest ones, or the one with the gap in there, gets raised, even if it's not ideally double suited. Like if the two high cards are of the same suit. And these can either be raise called or raise raised. All right. Okay, boots for the previous hand asking now kings and aces blocking on straight too hard. Yeah, that's probably it, to be honest. 5-5 deuce deuce. Well, we had a pretty similar hand recently, right? This one suffers from slightly worse connectivity. That the other pair is higher. Earlier we had 4-4 deuce deuce. That the 5s are 1 pip higher than 4s shouldn't really make any difference at all. Avi Sedel, yes, you can. Matter of fact, I will set up a new spot in a moment and you'll see how that works. And I saved this whole situation here. Give it a name. MP Adam would fold. Can you look at some well-connected double-suited pairs? I can, and I can already spoil it for you. I think all of them get called. 10-9-8. Well, that was the exact hand we had, 10-9-8. Let's check out double-suited jacks. With the ace-10, it would be, but that's, you know, if you don't do that, that's like the only spot the matrix would and view a little bit better. Would raise sometimes. Let's go for 9s. Maybe it's something like 9s and 8s, but even that I doubt. Yeah, they coming over the top with these hands again would just be overplaying them. Even kings, even the very best kings, king, ace, queen, double suited, just a raise call. So those are hands that are easy to overplay. Pokeboot saying should be the same as fours and deuces. Yeah, I think so. I think so too. Yeah, it's actually a winning move. Ace queen 10-5. Pretty similar to the hand we had earlier, right? Except, of course, now it's not a 10-5, 10 deuce, but a 10-5. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, that's a spot that's easily overplayed, and I made this mistake. Stick to modding. Aren't you basically a professional mod now? Isn't your new job is slightly similar to modding, right? Glowman says call. I'd go with the call as well, personally. What do you guys think? Boots is called as well. Nope. Defaults have it. Check it out in the matrix again. Matrix agrees. Interestingly, with the 4-3 and deuce as the low card, it would sometimes raise call. Must be straight blockers again, yeah. Kings and aces, yeah, think so. Though that, as far as explanations go, I like that one. Do you guys want to set up a new spot? Again, I'd personally be in favor of where we have a re-squeeze scenario, like multiple callers, or big blind versus small blind open. What do you guys say? And then I can also show you how to set up stuff. Although I did need the help of the chat first time around. So maybe I won't be able to show you. Oh, now that's okay. That's what this thing is for. Now that we have selected buckets here, you can mouse over this thing. And right now this hand is from the bucket of single suited rainbow hands, preflop hands, 3 Broadway cards, and one non-Broadway. And you can see 99% of these get folded. Suit variations, well, we've seen that one. Sadly, it doesn't show us all the cards right now. It's a bug. I think it was unbugged in the previous version. Right now it's bugged again. I'm sure it'll get fixed soon. Let me actually check to see if they put out a new update. No, not yet. No big deal. Yeah, the matter of fact, in a GTO environment, the villain's range, in this case, middle position, is only 3-betting us 5.7% of the time. Me to remember, I need to know why. Yeah, me too. That's exactly it. Even if, I try to make up an explanation, sometimes it's wrong, but it still helps me remember stuff. Okay, let's set up a different spot then. Do one more hand and I'll see the initial raise, early position, yeah. Do one more hand and then I'll see if there's any input from the chat. If not, then I'll just set up whatever I'd like. Jacks and eights. And seeing what we just talked about, should never be a raise. Not even double suited. I'm just going to go with call. Maybe do one more. Yep. Ace King 10-8. Okay, now we are in the same category. Fold 99% of the time. This time we do block a king though as well. Guess they are quite a bit looser. Yeah, they are. Romans says fold. Yeah, it would. It would need to be water cooled, otherwise it overheat just on the spot. D. Boris in the house, chiming in, saying 70% is extremely loose for most microstake lineups. Yeah, after having played the microstakes heavily for a year, I'm starting to agree a lot with that statement, even though I haven't necessarily implemented into my game. The GTO frequencies just assume a certain folding frequency on the side of our opponents, which just doesn't happen in reality. People get married to their hands. Not drinking today, still can't type. Hey, by the way, thanks for being here, everybody. I'm amazed that you find value in this and want to stick around. Cheers. PLO 50 shot coming soon. Yeah. I could do it right now, bankroll wise, but I am waiting to do more of this, more study time. So a couple of weeks ago, I said it'll happen in a couple of weeks. Didn't get to study in the meantime, so it'll happen in a couple of weeks. Okay, I would call here. Let's see. No, defaults have it. Well, You know, I learned two things. The 10-9-8-6, 10-9-7-6 hands in this very same scenario here, early position open MP3 bet, are 4 bets. And these single suited hands, I overplayed them a lot in the past. You find comedy value in this. Fair enough. Chip to PLO to the Diamond Elite. Need to play extreme time. Boris, do you happen to have a link to this video from Luke? Is it part of some training, or is it something that's freely available? I'd be very interested in it. Because I can already tell that my mindset needs adjusting here. I guess we'll do a few more then. Check the 10-8. Now that is a pretty sexy hand. Cheers for the congrats. I must say I won't be able to keep it just yet, but appreciate it nevertheless, and I enjoy the streamer level 3 badge. So what you're saying with my rakeback is maybe either low or high stake ranges. Makes sense from start to finish. Something to keep in mind. Majak saying in German, "What's up with Gandalf? Is he scared? Is he running scared?" Are you referring to my beautiful beard, and that's intimidating to the likes of established wizards? If so, then that guy better be. Just give me 2 years to grow it out. Can we see the bucket for this? Oh yeah, sure. There you go. I guess that answers the question right there. Some of the percentage of the time. Nah, I don't think I ever would. I'm not saying it's wrong. I personally, I wouldn't. Because it's one of those hands where it really sucks if you get raised again. Okay, call 100% of the time. Ace King Jack 7. So, well, we've come across this spot a lot now. I'm learning. I'm saying fold. And probably, you know, if it's the same bucket we had earlier. If only 1% is a call, then you might as well not bother learning that 1%. It's probably like an Ace King Jack 10 or Ace Queen Jack 10. Actually, let's check this out in the matrix. It would be raise calls. Yeah, DeBoer is very much noted with the rakeback and me being well advised to study different ranges. I hadn't thought about that. I will. So UTG, keep in mind we can't define here that we get 3-bet by MP specifically. Let's check out what the matrix is. Yeah, Queen 10, Queen Jack, Jack 10. And it also has some outliers here, like Ace King 5-4, 5-3, Queen 4, Queen 3. Well, you can see 10-9. Okay, yeah, 10-9. I see as well. It's close to the Jack 10 combo in strength, I'd say. Close-ish. But all the rest gets raise folded. So the very best, the very, very absolute elite best get called. I'm happy to hear it, Pokeboots, that you're able to discern everything. This is solver work that works in double suit pairs. Like Jack, 10-10. They are all... That's one takeaway I learned pretty early from the Matrix. They're all just calls. Again, in a spot where we have one single razor, I'm not sure if in a resqueeze situation it might be different. Something I do want to check out, and that's the spot we're going to set up next. Let's check out double suited jacks and 10s. In Solverland, again, would just be a raise call. Not just the ragbacks, also the ranges will be closer to the wider ranges from... Ah! Yeah, okay. Well, thanks for adding that. Hey, I learned that as well. Just park would be like a seal, like a sign of approval, which I guess it is, right? It's even part of your name, dude. So the high rundown was a raise here. I wonder, what do you guys think this one would be? Glorman says fold. No, wait, that was still for the last hand, right? MP Adams says call. Glorman's forbidden this hand. Any more takers? I'd go with the call personally. Stunned today, need a coffee, more sleep. And that is a call. Again, let's bring up the matrix. Check out some similar hands. So we had earlier we took a look at the 10-9, right? 10-9 XX. And some of them the 10-9 7-6, either perfectly or non-perfectly double suited, get raised. 8-7, 8-6, as you can see, get either raise called or raise raised. And let's work our way down. We had the 10-9, let's go with the 9-8 as the two highest. And they're only the weakest ones sometimes gets raised. So I would suspect if that was for 9-8, if we go down to 8-7 now, then all of them just get raised called. Cool. Need an old man emote. Oh, speaking of emotes, hang on, I need to show you this. I have it here. I'm thinking about adding this as an emote to the channel. It's a cutout from Kipperi's screenshot where where the screen froze. I think that would be a fun little emote. What do you guys think? I don't know. Your forward success on Rio. I have not, DeBoris. I have not. Something to do for next week. Let me take a note on that. Okay, do one more, and then I'm gonna set up a different spot. Okay, should be a no-brainer. I guess we Pokewood saying love the emote. All right, raise 100% of the time. Yeah, no-brainer. Okay, do one more. That's one we encountered plenty so far. Whose birthday tomorrow? MP Adam turning 40 tomorrow. Jesus. Congratulations. Well, no. That's rude, right? I'll save that for tomorrow. You're 31. Do you feel old on Twitch? Ask me about how I feel. Try Ace 10-10-9 double. Will do. That one will be in the matrix. Same restrictions apply. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a call. Yeah. The Ace Jack is the only one that sometimes, because of the Jack 10 combo, so I just lost that, is sometimes can be 4-bet. Okay. One last one. Now I mean it. Okay. The last one I didn't even click the button, but it should be a fold. So if the other ones are a fold, this one needs to be a fold as well. If the perfectly single suited here, I guess maybe a bluff raise sometimes, but I don't think it's necessary. Yeah. All right, let's set up something different. Hopefully I do it correctly. Okay. Oh man, I really hope I do this correctly. If not, you guys need to help me out. Sutsi helped me out earlier. So, what do we want to set up? I want the same initial spot. We raise in early position. MP folds. Cutoff folds. Button calls. Small blind raises. Oh, hang on. We need to switch this around. And here you can see what you can import from the mastermind, by the way, just to show you again. You click here, and soon it'll be fully connected to the cloud. We'll have way more choices here. So we click on PLO 50 for today. Again, we raise early position. Default, cutoff fold. I want the button to call. I want the small blind to raise, and I want the big blind to fold. And now it's back to us, right? Pokeboots. Penny needs to go out. Okay, that needs to come first. See you soon, man. It's from the Crush the Microstakes course. Oh, so it's on the mastermind. All right, cool. Thank you. So we can now download this and we'll give it a name. So it is PLO 50. It is EP open all SB rebet. And now it's back to us, right? Right. Gonna download this. Gonna give this a name in a second. And now we have these ranges downloaded. So now we go from tool saved library. It's PLO 50, EP open. So the initial ranges would be our initial range would be EP initial raise, right? Okay, we need to download something else for villain's range here, I believe. But that's our initial range. Okay. Should be the 16.8% again. Cool. And now we need to add a new range. I hope I'm doing everything correctly here. Raise, MP was folding, cutoff was folding, button was calling, and now we need to download this range, right? I need to come up with a system to name this so I don't go all crazy with this stuff I downloaded, but for now it'll do. So close this. And now it's this one. Now we should have the range for the small blind. What is the small blind raising here? There you go. Small blind raise pot. Cool. 4.6%. There we have it. All right, all right, all right. Again. Now we need 3 actions, right? Missing something in the chat? It's a good software. Still prefer to visualize the PLO matrix. Yes and no. Yeah, for visualization purposes, me too. The quiz is absolutely awesome, and starting in the next couple of days, when we are fully connected to the cloud, to the Mastermind cloud, when we'll be able to do post-flop stuff. And then it gets really interesting. That we cannot do in the matrix. So let me add some stuff here. First of all, I need to check something. Okay. Our initial, the initial thing we want to look at would be back to 50 button. See that right. So first it would be fold. We fold more than 50% of our hands. Then our next action would be, and by the way, this is where, like in the little quiz thingy you saw in the window, where we had the 3 buttons, like fold, call, raise. This is where these names from the button came from. So it's important that you add something in here. So otherwise it would just be 3 unnamed buttons. Then we could call, of course. Right thingies, yeah. Or we could re-raise the pot. Not to confuse with the initial raise. So that would be 4-bet. We'll do away with the buckets for now. How do we do that? Oh, that's how. Can we select more than one? Yeah, neat. Oh, Okay. Apply the filter, make sure none is applied. And we had him 4-bet 80. We'll see. So we could also, by the way, we could get shown all the, we could let the software show us all the ranges, but I'm not quite sure what button to click that would show us the correct ranges. Anywho. Could just pick some random hands. There we go. Start training. All right. Queen Jack 10-8. So the low suit kind of blows. Seeing that the button only called is probably good, so the likelihood of the button coming out of top again, going for the 5-bet is really small. So MP Adam would say fold. I would three ways. I would go with the call. I'll wait a moment longer. Just adding that in there so you know what rake is assumed. We're say fold maybe. We are the small blind. Yeah, no, hang on. We are early position. So I would go with the fold. Apparently I'm the only one. With the call, I mean. You can see sometimes it's being called, but you guys are right. The nays have it. Ace King Jack 7. The button pushes when real cap, then we hate life, yeah. We can, let's put it on the back burner for now and check out a little bit later what the button could push. So I'd say fold here. Glowman would call this. Blocking aces and kings? I mean, we are blocking aces and kings, but doesn't make it impossible for the other guy to have them. It's, in fact, not all that unlikely, especially a small blind squeeze who's going to be playing out of position for the rest of the hand. So I'd still have him weigh him heavily towards high pairs, in which case we would do pretty bad here, I'd say. And Adam would call as well. Okay, now this time I'm on the other side of the fence. I would fold. Not flush straight, likely 3-bet pot. Likely 3-bet pot. Yeah, I think that's a safe assumption. That it's a 3-bet, going to be a 3-bet pot. So I'm going to fold here. Yeah. Never a call, apparently. Triple suited is not helping at all. And normally we could, use this suit variation thingy and go with, I think it's single suited. And it's, Okay, I need to learn this syntax. But even if I would do it correctly, right now we can't see all the cards here. So the reason why I'm doing this, or I'm showing you this, is that normally we could check it out how it would be for a perfectly single suited hand, just the ace and the jack of diamonds maybe, or clubs, whatever it is. But right now we can't see the cards here. So can we? Oh, we can no. All right. Anywho, for next time. 10976. What do you guys say? By the way, we always have these in another window. We always see what we quizzed ourselves on so far and how often we were right or wrong. Can even show the EV here. I'm not going to do it right now because actually I can. Because it would show for the remainder, but it would show spoilers basically. But you know. And again, if you're confused by the negative numbers, remember that we already put 3 point. So if this would be minus 2.7, we already put in 3.5 big blinds by potting it in early position in the first place. MPM says call. Yeah, I tend to agree. I'd call here as well. Any other takers? Glum and Foldness. Might be right, Glory Man. You're making me doubt myself. I'm still going to go with the call, but... Okay, so... Not a clear-cut scenario at all. Slightly favoring a call, but... Okay, so that answers my question how quickly the delay runs past. It's like 2-3 seconds, apparently. Cool. This is King 9. Okay, should be straightforward. It's still a win, Glory. Yeah, higher. Well, actually, it wasn't. On average, you lose 0.1 big blind. Game says, I'm all in. The hamster man was here, would say he's gone nuts deep. Yeah, and I think that is going to be a no-brainer, right? 100% 4-bet, yeah. Ace is 10-7, 100% 4-bet. Ace King 7-4. Any point in 4-betting? Again, this would be an interesting one to check out suit variations, which is not working for us currently. Government would fold this. Ace King 7-4. And you might not be wrong. Yeah, would fold as well. It's a shit hand. Gonna go with fold as well, but I would be very interested in seeing this for a perfectly double suited hand. Then I'd probably call with 2 high flush draws. Okay, the folds have it. Damn it. Can't do this, right? No. Well, next time. Next other stream or within the next version. Hopefully this bug will be fixed. Okay, no brainer. Aces, we're just happy to get it in here for 100 big blinds. Ace King for 3 should be pretty similar to what we just had. So I'll wait a moment, but you guys were right. The other one was a fold. This is a... It's probably not that much weaker, if at all, because we have better connectivity, but... Even so, against a button caller, like... If like a 5-6 folds, flops... It's not going to be the greatest feeling in the world, man. Especially if then later on a 7 rolls off and we have the low end against the button range in there. Ace for 3 is good, I think, Lorman says. Gonna go with the fold again. Connectivity makes a massive difference. You guys are right. You guys are on point. Well done. Can I change my answer? No. I'll fix it in post. Ace-10-9-9 could be interesting. We block an ace, we unblock kings, against which we would be doing all that horrible. So fold out of the question, right? Call a 4-bet. And we can, if you guys wanna add some buckets, like we could check out rundowns, stuff like that. Maybe even some double suited, double paired hands if they're if some of them are maybe re-squeezes. Call again. A. Delaney saying, look at this pretty software, man. A. Delaney, I love it. I can't wait for post-flop things for it to be fully connected to the Mastermind cloud. And the shot in the dark I took on Discord, man, was I surprised. For those of you who haven't heard earlier, I asked about like how feasible would it be for the programmer to implement a functionality to integrate this into Twitch chat. So, you know, like make it truly interactive. You could just type in !C or call or whatever, and your votes will get counted and all that stuff. And to my shock and horror, to my shock, not horror, the immediate reply was that'll be implemented this week. I don't know how it'll be implemented, but something along those lines will come. If you know more, A. Delaney, and you want to spoil us, I'd be game. Okay, everybody calling here. Yeah, I'd say so too, right? Interesting stuff. So this is where it really gets intriguing to me. And these are the exact spots I need to work on more, where I'm lacking a little bit of aggression. I was also surprised to you. Yeah, can't wait. I cannot wait. Right, Gloryman? I mean, kind of me a little bit surprised as well. I've seen Jnandez 4-bet similar hands, but my reasoning cannot be I've seen Jnandez do it. I mean, it's not a bad reasoning, but just in a vacuum, that's not enough. Because he's playing different games, different opponents, different rake structures. And we have an interesting one. If it was double suited, I would be curious. Let's do that next. Let's add some buckets here. But do this one. Do this one, and then we'll filter the hands for some strength buckets. It's a very smooth hand, yeah. Again, it says call. Yeah, I'd say call too, for the record. %, call. Okay, let's add some buckets. And then we can find out what this thingy does. I think right now it's not doing anything because we don't have any buckets selected. And this one's not doing anything for this very same reason. Okay, cool. Let's add some. With the cackle, I'm never sure if that's a Twitch thing or if it's a misspelled cal. We have the cack W, right? Okay, let's add some buckets here. We don't need aces. Broadway pairs, double suited, might be interesting. The single suited are going to be calls for the most part. We double suited mid-low pairs, go with those as well. Double suited rundowns. Double suited 3 Broadway, 1 non-Broadway. Not that single suited, double suited, that would be interesting. Double suited 3-card rundown in the Broadway. Let's go with that one as well. Yeah, I know. I know. Double suited double pair. Oh, hang on. What's the other? With low pairs. No, we don't need those. Unpaired double suited connected Broadway hands. Go with these. Like something like an ace 9, a 8-7 double suited might be interesting as well. So let's add them. Rundowns. What's the difference between unpaired double suited rundowns and just double suited rundowns? 0, 1, and 2 gaps. I don't know. Let's add them. Single suited rundowns, please. Okay. Unpaired single suited rundowns. Done. Okay, let's go with these. Otherwise, we have like just a huge amount of hands at our disposal. Number 8, you say? Paired double suited. These are single suited and rainbow. Maybe go with the unpaired, specifically single suited ones. No, non-rainbow. I think that's probably better. Let me know if that suits you. To also add buckets ourselves. Something for later, maybe. Okay, now we have all these buckets here. Let's apply them to the filter. Done. Let's re-randomize and start training. King, 8-6. Oh, and by the way, the birthday bonanza is now underway on Run It Once. 51% rake back until the end of the month for in Splash the Pot, and also the Legends rewards on top. So tough to find a better deal these days, man. Just putting it out there. MP Adams says call. For the record, I'd go with call as well. So what does it do if we... Does this button do anything for us now? Oh, it shows us the variations for double suited Broadway pairs. Okay, so we could filter it again. Again, not useful for us today because of that bug where it's not showing all the hands here and I can't increase like the tabs, but something to note for later. Everybody calling, huh? Never a 4-bet. That's actually a massively losing play in the long run. In Solvaland. Ace-Jack 10-4. Could be interesting. We unblock kings again. We have the Jack 10 combo. We are perfectly double suited. What do you guys say? I made up my mind, but I'm curious to see what... Kippery, well, you can put it in the chat for now. Glorman with the fold. But that is a functionality, not yet, but it's coming really soon. It'll be implemented this week, from what I heard. Didn't you? I thought you saw that on the Discord. In the old days, that was King's 4-bet, yeah. I could imagine back then it was profitable too. Wait, you guys are serious with the folding? I'm gonna go with the 4-bet, man. And either way is fine, calling or 4-betting. Well, I didn't think you were serious, because we had a very similar hand earlier. Well, there you have it. 10-9-8-7, perfect connectivity. It's being suited to the 10 to the 9, not a huge difference here. And for the record, I'm going with the 4-bet in the previous hand because of the hand we had earlier, not because I would have done that by default before today's session. So I already learned 2 things today. Not overvalue hands like single-suited hands like Ace-King Jack 4, even Ace-King Jack 7. Or Ace-Jack 10-7 even. The 3 things. Be more aggressive with perfect or very good double-suited rundowns. And now with the 3 Broadway hands double-suited. Everybody's saying call. Yeah, I'd go for the call as well. Kippery being in it. What? Learned NutRaisin can be a day. Hey, I hit it for a year, man. The beautiful ace, king, queen, 10, blocking aces, blocking kings, 4 broadways, double suited. What do we do? PM says, I am all in. The going nuts deep is implied, I think. Glorman says forward as well. Yeah, but yeah. Any other takers? Versus call, I think. I'd go with the 4-bet here. No. So what do you guys think is the difference between this one and the ace-jack-10-4 we had 2 hands ago? Why would you say this one is a 100% call and the other one was a 50-50 mix? Piranhas! Hey, welcome to the first study stream on the channel. Good to see you, mate. Room for queen X squeeze. Okay. Decent point, yeah. Ace-jack 10-9, yeah. Where we unblock kings as well, not to mention queens. You know what a factor is that the only one that, besides what you said, unblocking queens and stuff like that, or even kings, which we don't unblock here. One factor would be that this one can hit more, is a little bit stronger post flop. Like if he like in Solverland, going for the 4-bet there with the what was it, ace-jack-10-4 double suited, always assume some fold equity, which we definitely have, even in the real world in this case, even in the micros, because that looks just insanely strong, us coming over the top, right? Like early position raise and then 4-bet. So that's factored in there, that we sometimes get a fold and we win a sizable pot at this point. Win a bunch of big blinds. I mean, win what, like 7 plus the raise, like 20, 15 big blinds. I can't do that part of the math. Doesn't matter. Kippery will know. Which isn't the case here. Or which we don't necessarily need to count on here, since we flop stronger stuff. We can flop 2 huge flush draws. Like any 2 broadways flopping is gonna mean that we can do whatever we please. We can lead, we can check raise. What do you guys think of that reasoning? Gloryman saying, I think it's ace-jack-10 is a 4-bet call. Also, the sand is fucked against aces re-raise, right? Oh, not fucked, but not happy, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely way less fucked than, or way more fucked than like a rundown. Or even if for some reason you re-raise 9s and 7s double suited or whatever. Kippery, if you're here, what would you say? What's your input on why this is a 100% call, whereas the ace-jack-10-4 double suited is a mix? Oh, you already said I know nothing. Well, that's not true. No idea. Okay, fair enough. I didn't see that reply there. Next up. 7-5-4-3. Yeah, perfectly double suited doesn't really matter in this case. Like if you flop the 4-high flush or the 5-high flush, whatever. Especially because the only lower flush in this case could be the 4 deuce or 3 deuce, or whatever the other high card would be. Clement saying I'd fold here. I would call. Personally, I would call. It's a highly connected hand. And for the most part, it should play relatively straightforward post. You either flop something really big, or you don't, I'd say. Like even 2-pair would count as something really big in this case. Jnandez would fold. Keep on saying maybe it plays better with call than... Yeah, that would be my main reason. That's the only thing I can come up with as well. Or the only thing I could come up with on my own, Kippery. I looked right forward with... It was heavily minus EV, ace, king, queen. We didn't have an ace, king, queen yet, I believe. Let me check. No, we had an ace, jack, 10, 4. It was just -1, yeah. Which is profitable. Don't forget that we put in 3.5 big blinds already. 7-4 Vova. Thank you for following. Cheers. In reality, small 60 call with both. I'm not so sure about this. If maybe you just don't want to, why not go for the forward with like the ace jack 10 sometimes? I don't know. I'm not saying I know. I'm just saying I find it very interesting and intriguing. Okay, so I go with the call, and turns out 100% a call. So again, do note that if we fold, our EV is minus 3.5 BB, which we already put in by raising pot under the gun. So this is a slightly winning play, actually, 0.1 big blinds. Interesting. So in a spot earlier, we had this exact hand earlier, right? And that was a spot where we were in early position, and the MP, like the player right next to us, raises, everybody else folds around to us. Turns out this hand can be 4-bet. It's okay to 4-bet this one. How about now? Okay, I locked in my answer. What do you guys think? Shanghai Poker Gloryman going for the 4-bet. Any other opinions? Any other input? I'll wait another 15, 20 seconds. I'm also gonna end the stream fairly soon. I'll be back later tonight for a regular playing stream where we play some cash games. And we'll do the same thing very likely tomorrow. And going forward, this is gonna be the MO of this channel. I need study time. I might as well share it with you guys if you want, if you game. Okay. No other takers in chat. I'm gonna go with the 4-bet as well. But let's talk about this for a moment after we see what's the deal. Right. So what would your reasonings be for 4-bet? Now I'm not quite sure what to do here because I have mine locked in basically. Maybe wait like 20 seconds if you want to share reasons, because it takes a while to type it down. So I'll wait like 20, 25 seconds. And let's see what your reasoning would be for 4-betting this. Because this is the really interesting part to me, like hearing your reasoning. I'm sure I'll learn something in the process, and then saying mine and hearing your feedback about it. Yeah, so in the meantime, I can talk about something else for a short second here. I will only be streaming up until and including Wednesday this week. Thursday, my parents have their, in German it's called Golden Anniversary, 50th wedding anniversary. How insane is that? And on Friday, up until and including Sunday, I have the LAN party. Me and my friends gonna frag each other. No, note spelling. Playing some Call of Duty, stuff like that. It'll be fun. And I'm sure I'll need a day to recover afterwards, at least. So next week, expect me to be back Tuesday evening, maybe even Wednesday, but I really don't want to take that long a break again. That being said, though, I really like this bucket tool. Especially looking forward to it being interactive, where it counts your votes in the chat for any given situation that we set up. That'll be awesome. And apparently that will be implemented this week. So be a thing going forward. Fair enough. You all prefer to stay silent about the reasons for why you're for, but I'll give you mine, though, what I think, and feel free to critique them. I would forbet, it looks insanely strong, right? We should push out the button collar pretty much always. If the button collar comes over the top, again, then we get it in happily. Slightly unhappier if the small blind also calls. And this hand is way better heads up. Against aces, we're doing excellent, especially with, excellent enough, especially with the extra money from the button in there already. That's also helping. And our three-ways, our flush draws are worth quite a bit less. Those would be my reasonings. Curious to see what you guys think about that. 7653 coming up next. So I'd say never a 4-bet, unless you want to cross over into maniac territory yourself. Roman says fold. Any other opinions? What's the time? Yeah, maybe another 10 minutes. So I go with the fold as well. Interesting. Well, I mean, against the small blind 3-bet, he's certainly not going to cover these low boards when they flop all that well, all that often at all. I'll even get it in if button ships. Let me take a screenshot of that, and before we end the stream, we'll check that out. Can I check this out? I think I can. Jim Dugan. Yeah, I mean, on the surface, it doesn't sound bad at all. If the again, if the button now ships, and even if the 3-blind now calls, it's very safe to assume that both of them have high card heavy. They have high card heavy ranges, blocking each other's outs. Even if aces are among there, which they probably will be at this point, all the low board, we're gonna have a significant equity edge, I'd say. Or at least we're never far behind, or rarely. Interesting. Very much the same hand, right? Call 100%. King, Queen, Jack 10 is an interesting one. Unblocking aces. To make our straights, aces are a significant part of those though. So maybe that makes it not a 4-bet, probably. If you have aces twice, oh hell yeah, then you're crushing. Just kind of ridiculous, but that's how PLO works. Sometimes, yeah, then you're like proper crushing too. I think we would get dominated by high straights and flushes and 2 pairs, etc. Here, yeah. Glorman says call. I'd go with the call as well, personally. 100%. No question about it. And it's a profitable call as well. On average makes us 1.3 big blinds. Jack 10, 7, 6. I'd say it's a little bit too gapped to come in for the 4-bet. On the other hand, it plays significantly better heads up. Roman going for the call as well. For the record, I'd say call, but I wouldn't be shocked if it's a 4-bet at some frequency. Jim Dugan says 4-bet, okay. That spot with the 7-5, whatever I took a screenshot of, I kind of know how to set it up in Poker Juice or somewhere, but not to figure that out against like a button reshove. But I'll take a note on it for the next stream. I don't want to fiddle around with a software. I haven't fiddled around much tonight on stream. I'll set it up for the next stream. Jack 10, 7, 8 for 4-bet. Yeah. Jack 10, 7, 8, Jack 10, 7, 9. Something like that. So let's go with the call. There you fucking have it. Huh. And it's not, it's no two ways about it here. 100% 4-bet. %. Fancy that. I guess we all have a little nit inside of us, huh? I certainly do. Eight, 6, 5, 4. Should be straightforward, right? Similar hand we had earlier. Let's actually check out the tooltip for those. Never a 4-bet. The unpaired single suited rundowns. 70% of fold. Vast majority gets called. Muy caliente. Hey, welcome back to the channel, I believe. What the F indeed, right? All is actually worse than folding, yeah. Clemens says fold here. Okay, so maybe it's not as clear cut. Based on what we had earlier, I'd say this is a call. Being suited to the 6, to the 8, not a huge difference. It is a difference, yeah. Sometimes it costs us a stack. I'm gonna go with the call, 100%. Ace, King, Queen, 3. Okay, so it's in the same neighborhood as the perfectly double-suited Ace, King, Queen, 10 we heard earlier. But the 3 obviously makes it a good deal weaker. We can make one straight down there, the one wheel, but that's it. So I have my answer locked in, my reasoning. Let's see what you guys say. Jenny Pool, hey, some new names today. Appreciate it. Saying we 4-bet only hands with some gaps. Perfect connectors always call. That's what I learned what I know from the shooter art stream. Makes sense, actually. The perfect connectivity, we can just, it's the same thing. I would assume the same reasoning that I came up with for the Ace, King, Queen, 10 hand, that it's just stronger and we are more interested in seeing a flop. We don't necessarily need to utilize our fold equity by 4-betting. So that's a good point. Thank you for putting that out there, Genie Pool. And 4-bet the lower ones. We still, get it in if we get raised. At this point, of course, we never fold with the Jack 10, 7, 6. But we're less interested maybe in seeing a flop, especially multi-way. And it just looks so insanely strong. We're going to push the button out almost always. We can't just say, I hope it's a call. Yeah, thanks again, Genie Pool. Noted. Man, I get shivers. I'm studying. And for those of you who have been here a lot, knows that that's shiver-worthy. It's goosebump-worthy. Anywho, any more opinions about this one? I'm going to go with 4-bet. No. I would have 4-bet because it's weaker than the ace, king, queen, 10. But it's no two ways about it. It's a call. Okay. That being said, at runtime and before the stream, I would have rarely 4-bet against some opponents, maybe. Like the craziest ones. But from what we had earlier with that was the ace, jack, 10, 4. Where we unblock kings and queens again. Yeah. 7, 6, 5, 3. Folding is not an option. Yeah. Makes Jim Dugan. Thanks for putting it there. Makes perfect sense. Yeah, that's what I gonna work my way towards as well. Okay, let's do 2 more. This one and 2 more. So should be a call here pretty much always, right? From what we've seen in the other hand, yes, pretty much the same hand. 10, 9, 7, 6 is the same hand, just way stronger. Roman coming around, saying call here, I guess. Weekend is saying call, but it's probably a 4-bet. Nah. Single suited. I don't know. I went over this one quickly because we had similar hands like that before. Roman would 4-bet here. Personally, I'm gonna go with the 3-bet with the call as well, and would reserve the 4-betting for the double suited one. Yeah, what Genie Pool is saying. This is a bit too weak, especially if you get called in 2 spots. The extra equity from the second flush is nothing to be sneezed at. Yeah, 100% call. Okay, last one. It's been 2 hours. That's tidy. 6, 5, 4, 3. Okay, that should be easy. This one, it's too low. I'd say this is not a 4-bet. But, you know, maybe you guys surprise me. Maybe the result will surprise me as well. What do you guys think? People saying call, very low cards. Gloman fold. Double suited, I don't see myself folding this. It's a 1-gapped rundown. It's very low, sure. But we can just say call, maybe even a fold. Maybe you guys might be onto something. Let's see. 100% call. Okay, one last one, and that's an interesting one. Mario 14 PLO says fold. Hey, welcome back to the channel. I don't quite know at this point. Good to have you in any case. So very similar to the hand we had earlier. Is this one for 4-betting, like the Jack 10, 7, 6 we had earlier? EV, oh, I skipped over too quickly. Hang on. I can show you the EV in a second. I think 4-bet not as clear as 2, 6, 7. Yeah, because it's a good deal stronger, right? Only the 1 gap. Mario saying 4-bet as well. I'm gonna go with the 4-bet. 100% 4-bet in this case. Okay. Cool. So with the 6543, I cannot show you the, or can I? Hang on, can I color it back up? No. Cannot show the EV for all decisions, but the EV for calling would be minus 2.3. Keep in mind, that's profitable since we are starting the spot with being minus 3.5 big blinds already, since we potted in early position for 3.5 big blinds. So if you see anything minus that is still less negative than 3.5, it is profitable. Lower left corner, yeah. Got it. Cheers though. Heads up master, Jesus Christ, what a decent upswing as well. I am very happy to hear it, man. That's awesome. Sure, Zam. If you want to maybe improve your game in the future, you know, alongside with me and the rest of the chat, do join in the future. We're gonna do this multiple times a week. I'm looking at maybe every day. All right. Show the program overall. It's not that I don't want to. This is the whole program here. There are no affiliate programs for the mastermind yet. There might be some coming up where I could be an affiliate. I'm just enjoying free access to it. So no, that's all good on my end. But thank you for asking, but I'm not. I mean, I am an affiliate for Upswing, I think, for the PLO metrics. And that's about it. Do some solution work, how it works. Just got here. Yeah, I'm just about to end the stream, unfortunately, but I can show you how we set up a spot. New situation. Keep in mind, for today and for the next days, it'll only be pre-flop. We're still waiting on an update for post-flop. This tool is brand new, by the way. It's part of the mastermind. So you can define initial ranges. You could either go... Where's it? PLO 50, PLO 50. So you could download spots, right? Yeah, let's make a situation where we are under the gun. We raise pot, right? So we load that range into our initial range. Our opponent's range would be, and now we get to define that. We'll say we raise here. So first of all, we set. Okay, make this step by step. We go import from mastermind database to find what we want. And in this case, we want the MP. What's the MP doing now? So the situation for us is early position we raise, and now it's up to the MP. And here we click download. Give it a name. Hang on, I think I already downloaded this one. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to select it from here. And the question is for the MP, does he call, fold, or raise? So we could download the entire range and use the entire range, but for now we go with raise pot. So the MP 3 bets us. That's the situation we want to look at. Now we add ranges here. Hang on. So. And again, I could go like this and define the situation again. He raises, everybody else folds. And now it's up to us in early position. We download this, give it a name. I already did that earlier. So I have that. We are again in early position now versus an MP3 bet, right? We have three options. We can fold. We put that in there. Oh, you need to add ranges. Yeah, I hope I did it correctly now. Do correct me if I haven't. And these are the three, like you just saw the training window, Heads Up Master, where you had the three buttons like fold, call, forward, right? And that depends on what ranges we load, and then we need to give it a name. So this would be the folding ranges range versus an MP3 bet. Let me go here again, download this as well already. Then we could call. You could already do post-flop stuff, but for that you need your own Mongo solver solutions. Pretty soon we'll be able to download all of them from the mastermind. And then we could, of course, repot it, right? Which in this case would be a 4-bet. So now we defined all these ranges. Well, you're saying perfect? Okay, good. I haven't worked with this too much, so appreciate all the advice and input. Okay, now we have all these ranges here, right? And now we could further go and filter these ranges. We could say, choose buckets here. Scroll down for post-flop stuff. Say, we just want to look at our double-suited aces, which would be boring because we forward all of these. We could go, like, these are all the ranges from the mastermind. in position, one pair, single suited ace high, Broadway pair, unsuited ace. You can go really specific here. Get download general ranges like single suited rundowns. Not very interesting. We either fold or call, and so on and so on. Just to further filter down the ranges we just logged in here, right? So if you want, you can select additional filters, so-called buckets, or not. We just go with our entire 100% range, which consists of 50% folding, 30% calling, 20% raising. Then you click on training, for training purposes at least. And you can, if you go, you can select some parameters here. Hang on, to close this, size this down a little bit. Where you can say the EV of the hands I want to look at is somewhere between this, minus 3.5 because we already potted. So that's our default state. We already put a pot size bet in. So we are already at minus 3.5 big blinds if we fold. And up to whatever. So you can, filter this down to for marginal hands. The threshold, I don't know what it's for. I need to look that up. Or you can and have it select more than 50 hands. That you can just refresh here and select random hands from the ranges you defined. Or if you did filter them, then that applies here as well. Then you click training, and now it's just selected 50 hands, which are already in the list here, and it shows them to you. And the actions are again defined by the things we put in here. So versus let's do this one really quick. Versus what would you do now against an MP 3-bet? Do you fold? Do you call? Do you 4-bet? Threshold is for mixed strategies. Ah, okay. I still don't know exactly how it works, but it gives me a pointer. So I'd say fold, and it'll tell you 100% fold is correct. It tells you the EV as well. Again, we already put in these 3.5 big blinds. We don't lose anymore. If we call in the long run in a solver in a GTO environment, we are expected to lose 2.1 big blind more. And by raising, we expect to lose quite a bit more. And so on. You go on to the next hand. You have some, well, right now we could filter for suit variations, which is a little bit buggy right now, but it'll work soon, where we could go like here. Want to see all the double suited hands, and it'll show them to us. Right now, you can see the small bug here. It's not a big deal. You could select the buckets, get an overview for the buckets we selected. Like this would be a 4 Broadway single suited hand, ace high. Well, 4 Broadway, duh. And it would tell you, if you have selected the bucket, what the percentage for this bucket would be. Like fold 0%, call 80%, raise 20% for the general strength bucket. And that's the rundown of how this tool works in regards to post-flop stuff, in regards to the training. It can do more, but I haven't dived into that yet. And that's it. I'll do a cash game stream later on tonight. Does it tell you what to do in turns and rivers? Not yet. Well, if you, you can define stuff and you can load the ranges, but for that you need to have the solutions from a macro solver, which I don't have right now, or you wait a couple of days until this tool is fully connected to the Mastermind cloud, and then we'll be able to download all the solutions they calculated, which will include post-flop stuff up the wazoo. So look forward to that. Also something to look forward, just to say it one last time, this is going to be more interactive soon. They implement a functionality where you can vote in the chat. You put in your answer and it'll tally the votes, and then everybody will see, like, have a progression. I enjoyed it. You enjoyed the stream. I certainly liked it a lot. As I said, they'll be happening a lot from now on. Jim Dugan, Gloryman, Piranhas. Wishing all of you a good day as well. Let's see who we can host. I'll be back in a little more than an hour. Maybe 1.5 hours. Maybe I'll be running a little bit late to what the schedule says. Playing some cash games. Probably don't expect a long stream. My dog woke me up this morning. But some cash games are in order, I believe. Anywho, who can we rate? Oh, I think I know who. Good old Kippery is on. Let's rate Kippery then. To stay for the host. Oh, that's very kind of you, Gloryman. All right, guys. I had a blast. It looks like you enjoyed it too. Plenty more of these to come in the future. Might be a daily thing. I have to see. Maybe I don't want to put that much knowledge out there. No. Anywho, enough. Enough said. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Oh, hang on. I need to wait for the countdown of the raid. Why doesn't that work? Because I clicked the wrong thingies. Oh yeah, because I can't raid my own channel. That's what the nuns warned me against in Catholic school. So you get hairy palms. All right. Mario, thank you very much for saying that. I appreciate it, man. Kippery is playing, well, he's playing poker. He's playing PLO. He's a coach himself. He was here on the channel earlier. He might be in the channel still. And there's usually a jackpot thingy going on his channel. Like if he makes quads or better, you get a jackpot. Enough said. If you want to join the raid, then do so. Otherwise, I'll see you guys later. Have a nice, what is it, Monday evening. Cheers.